All right. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is Tach Melody from the Talk to the Melody show. We have a very special guest with us this evening, Gritty from Grit Lyfe Entertainment. What's up, Gritty? What's poppin'?
What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's
All right.
poppin'? Let's turn
So
up. Let's turn
yeah,
up.
we have a lot of things to cover. So let's go ahead and get started. So first off, can you please introduce yourself to our viewers tonight?
Hey, well, first and foremost, I wanted to say this. Thank you for having me on your podcast. It means a lot, to work with people in the circles that we have and to make sure that we all connecting. And I want to say I appreciate you having me on your show, Tosh. This is totally awesome, and I appreciate the lookout. For the people out there who does not know me, my name is Raymond Gritty Green. You can just call me Gritty. People ask me why I got the name Gritty. It's because I'm from the grits and gravy of the earth. Okay, I'm from the grits and gravy of the earth, and that's keeping it true to the form and going through things. You know how the earth has earthquakes and hurricanes and all kinds of things go on the earth. So I'm a mixture of all of that, in life. So that's how I got the name Gritty. And otherwise, I always used to keep my raps raw and gritty. That's how I got the name Raw Gritty. But I just shortened it now as Gritty. And I'm the owner of Grit Lyfe Entertainment and Grit Lyfe Clothing. Becoming a global brand before
Hmm.
my very eyes now. A lot popping off, and again, I'm just happy to be here from North Carolina, Durham in the Bull City, baby. Bull City is where I'm at.
Nice.
And as they would say that in Colombia, I don't know, the Toro, La Toro or something like that. But, simply, it's a pleasure to be
All
here.
right. So definitely thank you. That's a lot. That's a lot. So you got a lot of things you are working on, but let's start from the very beginning. So, how did it all start for Gritty?
Okay, it depends on what we're talking about. A lot of different things started off for Gritty. Um, but when it comes to if we're talking about like entertainment wise, for me it started right in the living room,
Mm-hmm.
performing for my family. On the weekends when everybody was off, we would play records in the living room and we would listen to good music. And my first performance, believe it or not, was taking soda caps, the tops of soda bottles, the little caps, and
Mm-hmm.
putting them on and stepping on them and putting them on the bottom of my church shoes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I made myself some tap dance shoes, and I would tap dance in the kitchen using soda cap bottles on the bottom of church shoes, and they were like, "Man, you're different," So
Mm-hmm.
that was my first performance. I think I was like 4 years old doing that, which is crazy, right? To even think about doing that. But also, just really, my family is where it all started at. They gave me the
Mm-hmm.
support, to let me know that what I was doing was, you know, I was passionate about it, and they seen it and they supported it. So it started right at home, and I was lucky to have a family who actually supported my dream, as a youth. Yeah.
Oh, most definitely. And funny you should say about the cap because for me, growing up in New York, we used to use caps as well, but not for that. We used to play this game called Scully,
Yeah.
and, and we would put like it's kind of like a gummy or something in like the cap, and we used to use that Scully, and it would be like the numbers and everything else in the middle of the street playing,
Oh yeah.
and that was like back in the days. So
Oh yeah. My dad told me about that game, Scully, and I've seen it. Like my family is from. Now I was born in Bronxville, New York,
Oh,
I'm originally from Westchester County, New York. Mount Vernon stand up, Pelham stand up, you know, New Rochelle stand up, Yonkers stand up, White Plains stand up, and of course the
wow.
Bronx, y'all next door stand up,
Wow.
you know, all the
Wow.
way to White Plains Road,
Mm-hmm.
141st, and you know, like all around there, you know, Bronx River Parkway, hanging out, going to Fordham Road, you know, like hanging out on Lincoln Avenue with my
Mm-hmm.
family. So, you know, I definitely know about Scully's. When you said that, I was like, oh, that's that old school New York game. You either play
Yeah.
Scully's or you play handball, you know.
No, yeah, with
Um,
the little blue ball.
yeah, yeah, but you know, my
Mm-hmm.
roots is New York for
Mm-hmm.
sure. But you know, I'm a country guy. You know,
Yeah,
like in North Carolina, it kind of fits on you. But I lived a life of going back and forth. Of
mm-hmm.
you know, like you spend your time going to school here, staying out of trouble in the South, and then you go to New York doing your summers, and that's when you got the real good culture. Summers in New York hit different than anywhere else in America. I'm sorry. So
Got you. Got you.
summers in New York are different. It's just the way it's supposed to be, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, factual. So, so moving forward, then, can you please tap a little bit into your different brands and what you represent? Because I know that you have your clothesline, artists, promotions, things of that nature. So, can you tap into a little bit of that?
Well, sure. You know, first and foremost, the first love is the music, right? So I have Grit Lyfe Entertainment. It all started with Grit Lyfe Entertainment,
Mm-hmm.
and me being my own producer, my own manager, my own everything. I was like, I'm a label. That's how I brought it in my head because some things happened in the past where I didn't have a chance to sign with a particular label at the time,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, everybody else is running the business except for me, you know. So this gave me a chance to be hands on in my journey and create the art that I want to create without having to be told what I should create or how it should be. So that's how Grit Lyfe Entertainment actually started. And then
Mm-hmm.
it started branching into, you know, looking at other indie artists that were really, really dope musicians and dope artists and figuring out a way that I could collaborate with them and show them how to build their own label as well and just move as a business versus moving as just the artist itself. You're a business, so you
Mm-hmm.
need to be able to spread your wings. So when I do projects with other people, I'm showing them how to empower themselves just like I'm trying to empower myself, and we do it through music. So
Okay.
but that's how the entertainment company, the actual music side started. The clothing line is something that branched off with just the merch of my brand. So my brand is Grit Lyfe Entertainment, but you have Grit Lyfe Clothing, in which I want to tell everybody, you know, what Grit Lyfe stands for. So it's GritLyfe, right? And
Mm-hmm.
it's a grit life. Some people think about grit and grind and, you know, different things like that, which is cool. But Grit Lyfe actually, if you break the letters down, stands for God's reality and time is loving you forever.
Oh,
So
I
it's
see.
yeah, so it's my way of just always remembering that, you know, I'm always protected by the Most High when I move, you know, and His reality in time. If nobody else loves you, He always loves you. So I want to be able to spread the love when I put my brand on stuff. I'm spreading love, and that's what Grit Life really stands for. A lot of people don't realize that they get a certain conception
Mm-hmm.
when they see it, and which is cool. Like, because sometimes we do got to grit and we got to grind,
Mm-hmm.
and but yeah, that's how I got that. But the clothing line actually just started as like a way to have merch
Mm-hmm.
and promote my music at the same time.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but now it's taken on a course because it's very catchy. My brand is one of those things where you see it one time, you're always going to remember it.
Mm-hmm.
And I just got inspired because I'd rather wear my own stuff a lot of the times than, you know, going out spending $50 million on a hoodie when I could have the same quality hoodie with a brand and a logo that's just as worthy as the next one. You know, so I'm in the line of putting myself up against some majors. You know, even Johnny might be my competition. He back there hanging in the back on the low, but it's all good. We work together on
Gotcha.
certain things. You know, um,
Copy.
but but the thing is, it's the clothing line.
Yeah.
Now, I have artists as well, which I almost forgot about. I have artists in Mozambique,
Mhm.
in Africa that I work with.
Mhm.
Wonderful artist. His name is Jayon Tabani. He's a part of a group called the Euro Drip Boys,
Mhm.
and they're blowing up globally,
Okay.
like truly blowing up globally. And me and him do projects and collaborate all the time, and
Mhm.
working with people all over the world. So that's now bringing into a whole new era of Grit Lyfe Entertainment, where now I'm focusing on going global, not only with the clothing line and with the music, but in general, in the sense of the vibe that Grit Lyfe is trying to put out there as well. So
Yeah.
multiple projects coming,
Yeah.
different things coming, you know.
Yeah, and I love how your organization is evolving, and how you are piecing everything together. So uh, there is this one song that I would love to play right now, and we can tap into it a little bit, and we can talk about the meeting, and how you came up with it. Okay, so I'm
Okay.
gonna I'm gonna play a little bit of it. Give me one moment. Let me
Okay.
tap it right now. So, so this is called "Baby Baby" by yours truly, Gritty. Hold on, let me.
You want me to introduce it for you? I'll do it.
I bet.
Hey, everybody tuning in to my song called Baby Baby, okay? By me, your boy Gritty, produced by Legion Beats. If you don't know who that is, you better look it up. This is truly a hot banger. Hot fire, more fire.
Facts, facts. Here we go. Let me start over. Can you hear it? Yeah. I just want you to love me. I just want you to love me. I just want you to love me. I love it when you call me baby, 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 baby,
Baby, that boom boom got me crazy. And your chocolate skin is so tasty. Make me wanna eat you up like some pastry. Can't wait to feel your love, embrace me. It's just me and you with VIP. Later on tomorrow, breakfast under palm tree. Get up on my yacht, you can feel the sea breeze. Something like hybrid kush that ooh wee. Motivation, you keep a fire burning. You keep a wheel spinning, yeah, you keep them turning. Gotta die, girl, for real, for sure. We get that bag and let's go.
I just want you to love me. I just want you to hold me. I just want you to love me. I love it when you call me baby. Alright, this song right here, guys, is fire.
Fire.
First off, where can our viewers tap into this music? The platform, where can they go download, listen to? Let our viewers know.
Yo, the song is called Baby Baby by me, your boy Gritty. You see it down there at the bottom, right? Gritty, right? All you got to do is type Baby Baby by Gritty in any digital platform worldwide. So it does not matter. Whatever your streaming platform is, it's on it. You know, even if you on the JPay system, you're on lockdown. I'm on the JPay system too. You can stream it in prison as well. So I take all streams, but I'm literally on every digital platform worldwide with that song.
Mhm.
Believe it or not, it's in the contest. Right now I'm competing against other artists for about $30,000 in prizes with
Mm-hmm.
that song. We're competing to do work with Timberland right now. So
Nice.
looking really, really looking forward. I made it to the third round. The link is coming back out. I found out today. I literally made it to the top. So like I'm at coming up to the last rounds.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Congratulations. Yo, all our viewers are Talk to the Melody Show. Yo, tap in with him. Tap in with him. Help him get there. Yo, help him get there. Tap in. Yeah, so let's go ahead and talk about the collabo. Who is the singer on this song?
well, that's a great question, and due to licensing, that is he was a studio artist, nobody famous anybody has ever heard of. And I did work with Legion Beats
Nice.
to get that beat. That's who did the beat. He got the singer on there, but I added the flavor of my voice to it, and it was kind of like
Okay.
a collabo effort. So the
Gotcha.
the the singer, due to contractual, I'm not able to release who that is, but just
No.
know that is a very he's not famous. He's famous to famous people. I'll put it that way. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. And how did you come up with your bars? Because the bars on this song is banging. So,
Well, the song is about my wife. A lot of
oh,
people will be like, "Who is that baby?" Like, so I'm
I
like,
was just gonna ask that too. Like,
so that's what I call it. I probably say it so much. That's how I came up with the hook. Just
okay.
just like just thinking about that, and I was like, "Oh yeah, man." So it's about my wife. There are certain things in there, innuendos that she would only know, but
Mm-hmm.
it came out fire because everybody could relate to it.
Do it.
So
Most definitely stuff.
yeah, when I'm writing about love, it's not hard to write about love when I have a
When
wife
you
that's so
when
amazing.
you are in love, right?
Yeah,
Oh, mad nice, mad nice. Now there's one more song that I would like to play as well, and we can go over that as well. Okay,
Okay.
give me a minute for this one because I heard this one too, and I'm like, yo, this is nice. All right, here we go. All right, so one thing about the Tosh Melody Show, Talk to the Melody Show, we are always gonna have fun. We're always gonna enjoy ourselves. We're always gonna be vibing to something. Now, this track right here, I
Yes,
think is from your boy
Jayon Tivani.
Giovanni.
Tivani.
Giovanni, yes.
So I'm gonna tell you, um, I happened to come across Jayon just on regular social media
Mm-hmm.
and thought his stuff was really hot, and I felt like because he has a lot of hot music. He's a hot artist, like too hot or too much, as they say in Mozambique. They're saying it's too much, too much. But like, I thought he was really, really dope, and I
Mm-hmm.
felt like he should shine. And I always wanted to build a connection between, you know, Africa and artists, of color here, build a connection because we all know, like, music originated, the drums and everything originated on the motherland, so it's like that's where it comes from. So I want to always connect. And growing up, I always listened to African music. My family always played African records. So in my mind, I was always already destined to do that. I've been wanting to do that since I was a kid. So like Jayon, I came across him on social media and reached out to him, and then from there we just gelled and we started coming up with stuff together. When we connect together as a group called the Connection. Actually, is which is the connection between the men here and the men there, and it's a coming together of the minds and peace and love. So the music that I do with him is just like it's fire. And the great thing about us doing music together, he speaks Portuguese. I speak
Oh.
I speak English. And
Mhm.
then there's another guy on the song named Lazy 33. The second verse on that song
Mhm.
is he's absolute fire, but he speaks Portuguese and Spanish. The main language in Mozambique is Portuguese and Spanish. So it's like, an African country speaking Portuguese and Spanish, you know, it allows us to have three different languages on one song. I think like we're some of the first to really do that. I
Yeah.
haven't really heard anybody else do that.
You're right.
So we're
Yeah.
speaking to different people on different levels, within the
Mhm.
same song about the same thing, so,
Yeah.
it's one of those cool things.
That's that's nice. That's nice. And moving forward, you most definitely have a fan here.
Thank you.
No.
Thank you.
So, I will always support you guys, your music, everything. Just send them in. I will always play support. Um, you know, so you got a fan. You gained a fan tonight. So,
Oh, man. That's awesome. That's
yeah.
awesome.
Uh,
I'm honored. I'm honored.
cool. So, moving on. So, you are very influential and independent person, right? So, how do you manage and juggle everything that you have going, like your brand, your artist, your music? How do you like juggle that on a daily?
Oh, well, I'm going to tell you, um, preparation, being able to be flexible because for me, I'm not only trying to do these things for my creative life. I have a personal life as well. I have a family,
Mm-hmm.
so I also work. I also do my brands. So it's like, I have a lot going on, but sectioning out your day at specific times to do certain things really keeps stuff in order, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I had to stop beating myself up if I didn't get something done.
Mm-hmm.
If I didn't reach a goal that day, I don't beat myself up. I just figure out how to make sure I accomplish it first thing the next day. So it's like you start to stagger your things, and we got a wealth of technology out here right now that
Mm-hmm.
can actually do things for you when you're not you know thinking about it, right? Because it
Yeah.
gives you time to think about everything else. So I use the technology that we have, like I used to use Hootsuite a whole lot,
Mm-hmm.
where I would write my post out for 100 days or just set up posts for a week, so it can always be posting for me, so I can be in other places at other times when I'm not even thinking about it. So it's automating your life and making sure you get rest. Sometimes you got to put in that midnight oil, but make room for having some rest.
Yeah.
And make room for your family, because that's what actually is going to drive you to
Exactly.
do more. So my family time is just as important, which I need to tighten up on. I haven't had too much these last couple weeks, like I
Mm-hmm.
would like to. Been just very busy,
Yeah.
but like really fitting in those few hours a day with your kids, with your wife or significant other,
Oh,
you
that's
know,
important. Yeah.
is very important. But it's my drive, because when
Mm-hmm.
I sit and look in their faces, I know that I cannot give up on my dream. Because if I give up on my dream, it's that's cataclysmic. It can get cataclysmic. So, by me accomplishing that, and looking in their face, it just gives me drive. That's how I do
Yeah.
it.
And funny you should say about the technology part of it, because I remember back in the days when I first started getting into like promotion and everything, we didn't have the internet, we didn't have Facebook, we didn't have Instagram. So what we had was called the street team, and they would go out posting things on walls, the poles underneath bridges. If you had a show coming up, that's how we would get our advertisement out. So definitely technology is very, very vital for
Very,
growth. So most definitely, yeah.
very much so. Like, like when you say street teaming, now you literally got AI that can street team for you.
Hmm.
You can deploy your robots to post your flyers for you all over the internet. Like, and the internet is like your telephone pole now. It's like the side of the wall with the flyers on it now. It's the same thing, just in a different form. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah,
but I remember street teaming. That's how I found out about most of the parties. Like you see it,
that's
you
how it
walk
was.
in, getting those free mixtapes and those free mix
Facts,
CDs, those Clue tapes back in the
facts,
day.
facts.
Like those DJ Polo tapes.
Yeah.
The Crazy Kev tapes, like all of those tapes. I remember those days, man,
Yeah, that was when hip hop was hip hop. So
for sure.
for sure, yeah. So if an artist is interested in tapping in with you, what is your creative process with them, and what do you look for in that artist?
So first and foremost, I do like consulting when it comes to an artist being an artist and helping them find their true self as an artist and helping them get outside of the box of or whatever they want to do and create and make their vision come to life. As far as for them, I do consulting, but the first thing that I look for in an artist is, do they actually care about what other people think about their craft? Because that was one of the things that held me back. Like, we want to talk about things holding people back. It
Mm-hmm.
was that I was looking for other people's approval when I didn't need other people's approval. So,
Yeah.
like, when you come to me, are you coming to me for the approval, or are you coming to me and say, look, I got some fly stuff right here, yo, you need to peep this out. So, like, the whole attitude, I come from an era where, like, the rock star lifestyle was bigger than life, right? So even if you weren't, you are still big in your mind. You're still big in everything that you do, and your world is big. So are you moving like that? And how serious are artists really take their passion for it? Because I've met artists that say, "Yeah, I'm a rapper," and that's all you really doing is rapping, right? But where's like the entertainment factor? Do you have, or who are you trying to entertain? Are you just entertaining yourself, or
Mm-hmm.
are you entertaining yourself with the byproduct of the people that's going to come along for your journey and your ride?
Yeah.
But when it comes to an artist, I really look at like how serious they really take it, right? Like, sometimes it's not all about the music, it's the person themselves and their character. You know, are they of good character? When I want to work with people, I don't want any bad fruit on the tree.
Right.
Like, it's
Understandable.
like, are you going to put in the work that it's going to take to get you to where you want to go? Because I still have to do that for myself, right? So I'm not going to tell somebody or break somebody down when they're not doing it, but I give an example of not giving up ever. I'm
Yeah.
I'm the prime example. I feel like I'm one of the prime examples of like what they call a
Mm-hmm.
comeback kid, in
Mm-hmm.
which you get beat up and bruised and battered and go through life, but you still didn't let it hold you down. You looked at it as a chance to do better and improve, and continue to improve. It's constant elevation every day,
Mm-hmm.
and you got to improve every day. Just change up something every day for yourself, whether it's the way you make your coffee. Switch it up. Just do something different. You know what I'm saying? So, but what to answer your question, I'm kind of particular about some of the artists I work with, and they,
Mm-hmm.
just simply some of them just got to have like the it factor that they can't even see. You
Yeah.
know, it's one of they just pop out at you. It's like boom, like when Jayon Tabani, when I got up with him, it was like it just popped out at me. I was like, I gotta work with him. I
Mm-hmm.
gotta work with him. Like we're gonna bridge globally. You know.
Yeah. And with that being said, what are some of the struggles you face or are still facing in the industry right now?
I will say in the beginning, it was all
Mm-hmm.
about like the who you know, right? In the early industry, that was the thing. Like, who do you know? Who can get you into this place, or who can get you into that place? The biggest struggle now is, and I'm gonna tell anybody this because it was one of my biggest barriers, is consistency. Like, you got to have consistency to make it in anything. You got to be consistent. And, every day I work on being more consistent.
Mm-hmm.
And by me working on being more consistent, I'm getting more things done. I'm getting more things coming my way, like more blessings and things coming my way. But it's because of the consistency level keeps elevating. And because of that, you get the byproduct of reaping the fruits of what you've sown. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, that's the biggest thing I face is consistency. It's hard to get out there and try to make content all the time. And
Yeah.
still hold a family down, and still hold a job down, and still work on your brands, and still like do these things. But I truly believe in myself
Yeah.
because I've been battle tested, right? You go through a test in life. But once you pass that test, it's like bring on everything. I'm still young. I still got energy. I still have everything in me to be successful. And if I watch TV and I see somebody, I'm like, I could do that. It's no more like for me. It's no It's like, so what does it take to get to that place? Am I on track to get to that place? And you know, just keep working. As an indie artist, you have to really you need to be your biggest fan
Yeah.
because
And you need
when,
to be your best self as well.
yep, be your best self and be your biggest fan because guess what? If you're not your biggest fan, who else wants to
Who
be a
else will
fan?
be? Yeah. Yeah. If you don't promote yourself hard, who else is gonna, promote you as hard as you do? So you got to put in the work. So I
Yeah.
totally get it. Yeah. So moving forward, what are some differences you see in the industry today from back then until now? And this is with artists, promotions, music, everything.
Because I'm so heavily involved in the music, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I feel like back then straight hip hop was a messenger service, right? It was like you're getting info from the streets of what's really, really, really going on. It was an information period. Like being able to listen to a song made me want to go to the library and study so I can understand what I was listening to. You know, that was the era back then. It was all about like who had the freshest flows. You know what I'm saying? Who
Yeah.
was who was fly, who could b boy, because it was purely elements. MC and DJ and b boy,
Mm-hmm.
and graffiti. Like
Oh yeah.
that was a whole movement. And then till now, when things started switching a little bit, it was more of the like people taking on the personas of being really fly drug dealers that can rap, right? So it's like, who's the flyest, who's the smoothest, who has that rhyme that can really rhyme and drop knowledge, but still be like this smooth cat. Big Daddy Kane was huge on that, right? He was a smooth cat, you know.
Mhm.
Um, and now it's like I still like it though. I still like what I hear now, and the reason being is, and people, always try to shun the young because I was once one of the young that got shunned by people like, what is this crap you're doing? And then I listen to now and a lot of people are looking at the younger artists like that. What is this craziness, right? I don't understand nothing. And I'm like, I understand because it's a sign of rebellion. It's a
Mhm.
sign of what's really going on right now. If what's going on they're a reflection of what's really going on, even if it looks crazy. That's the reflection of what's going on in society right now. They look like society right now.
Yeah.
You know, they. I like the new dances. I like the bops that they're getting because there are a lot of those kids that are coming out with some of the stuff. Um, are kids of people who are already in the industry,
Mhm.
or at some point in time in a different generation of hip hop that's giving their kids the hey man, keep going, keep going, they go hard, but I like the new stuff. Like I got my favorite lyricists and then I got some of my favorite ratchet rappers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like the Pop Smokes and I like the Key Glocks. I like, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but new wise, like I like the rock star lifestyle. A lot of these young bucks is living like Lil Yachty. I like Lil Yachty. He just does his own thing. He is so way out there. Nobody can emulate what he does. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And that's what I believe in. And a lot of these kids got that where you can't. It seems like everybody says they're copying off each other. Um, I don't feel like that. I just think it's the way culture is right now, and we got to embrace them too. Keep bigging them up too. I want to do work with some of these cats. Like
Yeah.
I like to get wild on the stage and throw stuff too. so so it's one of those things. It's like we got to work together,
We
and it's
gotta
not
work
down
together.
here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So with that being said, who are some of your favorite artists nowadays, and how are you evolving with your artists in today's music?
So what was the first question again? Give me that first question again.
Yeah.
I
So
want to.
who are some of your favorite artists nowadays?
Okay, so my favorite artist these days, my favorite artist, like who I genuinely listen to quite a bit, is the
Mhm.
artist I work with
Mhm.
because I'm always trying to figure out like other songs we could do. But like hip hop wise, I like Griselda Gang. Like I like their stuff. Benny the Butcher and
Yeah.
Conway.
Benny Butcher's hot.
Yeah, um, and even 38 Speech. I like him too. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? Like real hip hop to me. Like the street stuff. I like that stuff. You know, who else? My kids be having me listen to so many people. I be getting their names mixed up because
Mhm.
like when me and my son go to school in the morning, I'm always playing his either some of his music or some of the music that I like to listen to. So we'll switch up. And there's a song out right now. I don't know who that guy his name is, and I'm gonna look it up tonight just because I need to know his name. But it's this new song that's out called "I'm a Mutt." It's like I'm a dog, I'm a mutt. Ooh, you know what I'm saying? I like
Okay.
that song. You know what
Oh,
I'm
okay.
saying?
I'm
I
gonna look
think,
it up too.
yeah. It's a hot song. It's got a bop
Okay.
to it. But
Okay.
like, I mean, Anderson .Paak, Travis Scott, like the big ones. Um, shoot, I like your boy, what's his name? Big X. He's from Texas.
Hmm.
A guy from out there. I forget his name, but I really like him as a new artist. And I'll think of his name. Big X the Plug. Yeah, Big X the
Okay.
Plug. I like that cat. You know what I'm saying? He reminds me of like a newer version of like some that good Texas Scarface type, stuff a little bit, But I really like that young cat too.
I
Big
feel
X
you.
Plug. Yeah.
So with this
Oh, and
generation,
Tyler the Creator. I'm sorry. And
okay,
Tyler the Creator. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
yeah. So my second question was, how is your artist evolving with this new generation and the new music style and everything of that nature?
So, do you mean like my artistry? How it's
Yes, your
evolving?
artistry. Yes.
Okay. So, I would say I don't pay attention to what they're doing.
Okay.
As an artist, I'm constantly evolving into different forms of myself and putting out different versions of myself or of my artistry.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it's not that I don't listen to other people, but I do my own thing. So when I do my own thing, it's different than everything else that's already out. So I constantly, and it's because I do it that way because Rick James didn't do that. He didn't look at anybody else and did what he did. And Rick James and, like Old Dirty Bastard from Wu Tang,
Ooh.
like
Yes.
he was his own person.
Yeah.
He's those two people I just named are my favorite artists. Old
Yeah.
Dirty Bastard and Rick James are like my favorite artists.
Yeah.
That's if anybody knows me, they know those are my favorite. One is R&B and one is rap. They're just my favorite, right? Might not be everybody else's, but they're my favorites because they were just unapologetically them at all
Right.
times. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing. You always want to stay true to self.
Facts.
So I feel you. I feel you. So and where are you located at, and what's popping in your area, like music wise, shows, things of that nature.
Okay, well, I'm located in Durham, North Carolina.
Okay.
Okay, we're everything is popping around us. We got all the colleges, like
Oh, nice.
UNC, go Tar Heels, and Punk Duke, Duke University. Them punks, we don't really do. I don't deal with them too much, but UNC baby Tar Heels. Um, I mean, we're surrounded by colleges. I'm near, so Durham is the city beside Raleigh, right? Durham County and Wake County, they sit beside each other. So we just had one of the biggest concerts in America here. The Dreamville Festival.
Mm.
It was like 20 minutes away from where I live at. So like major artists come from here. Major artists live here. People move here every day from New York and Cali and stuff like that. And you'll
Mm.
see you'll see major stars at the mall just walking around sometimes now, and it's like country town. It's like, what are you doing here? Well, I moved here. It's like seeing legends. Like to be able to walk in the mall at Crabtree and Raleigh and see Big Daddy Kane at the mall. It's like, yo, and these young kids don't even know. They're
Don't
like, who is
even
this?
know
They don't even know. I'm like, do y'all even realize who Big Daddy
who,
Kane is?
who
Like,
the cane is. Do y'all even know?
you don't even know. Like, no idea. I was in the mall walking with another star. He had came to town,
Hmm.
and his name was Lil Vicious. You remember the
Hmm.
song Freaks? So
Yes.
I actually got to beatbox and do Dougie Fresh's part for him at a concert. So I
Stop.
was literally doing. I got sanctioned by Lil Vicious to beatbox to the Freak song in
What? That
Dougie Fresh's
is
place because Dougie Fresh
no.
wasn't there. So I got to do it. And for me that's an honor because I'm a producer.
Salute
I'm
to you. Salute.
yeah, yeah, and I can do the beatbox still. You know what I'm
Can you do a
saying?
little
Like
bit for us now on the Talk to the Melody show?
ah,
Come on, just a little bit.
just a little
Come on,
bit.
do it for
All
our
right,
viewers for the
let
Talk
me
to the
see.
Melody show, guys.
Let me see.
Live and
Let me
direct.
see. Like it's like what? And then he goes to the part.
All right.
Nah, I won't.
You're mad talented, yo. You are dope. Thank you. All right, my viewers, you got it live and direct.
Yeah,
You are mad
I'm
talented.
rusty. I'm super rusty.
Thank you. Thank you for that. So what's next for Gritty?
um, I want to take over the world. It's like, let me, um, seriously, what's next for me is to put my head down and really work, get out there. We I got a tour in the making right now. Which is huge because it's not even me performing per se on a microphone. I'll
Mhm.
actually be DJing in a couple of places, and I may hit a couple of microphones here and there, in pause as they say. But I may hit a few stages and whatnot while I'm on that tour. But mainly, I have an album coming out on November the 15th.
Oh,
By the end of this week, I've been saying by the end of this week for like 2 weeks now, but if things are coming together, by the end of this week, you should actually be able to go pre-buy it. I'm gonna do a pre-sale
okay.
starting before the end of this week. And guys, I'll send Tosh here the link so everybody can get the new album because what I'm doing is I need everybody to buy an album before the release date. Okay. And not giving up any jewels, but I just need people to do that. It's going to reap benefits for everybody for doing that because the
Okay.
thing is being able to have that music is going to be almost collector to have it as early as you did before anybody else, right? To preview it.
Mhm.
And I may do a contest for everybody that pre-bought. Matter of fact, I think I am. So everybody who pre-buys the album, right? Um, on November the 15th, when the album is released, I'll give away. I'll give away a vacation stay. I can't buy the plane tickets now. You guys are
Okay.
gonna have to buy your own plane tickets.
Okay,
But
so wait. So on the Talk to the Melody show, guys, my viewers, you heard this live. So can you repeat that one more time, please?
so I'm gonna choose the place, but
Right.
I'm gonna give away a maybe a 4 night or 5 day 4 night stay. I have to
Mm-hmm.
look at my resources to a vacation area like Miami, Vegas. I think I may have New York, but for sure Vegas or Miami. That's where
Okay.
I'm gonna, yeah, Vegas or Miami.
Okay.
And I'm gonna just tell you this, you're gonna have to buy your own plane tickets. I ain't buying no plane tickets. You can buy you can buy the plane tickets, but I got you on the stay. You just gotta get there.
Okay.
Okay. So I will definitely give that away.
Okay.
So but
And
they're gonna have to go to the website
okay.
and pre-buy the album,
Okay.
and I'll make sure it's up and going by the end of this week. In Melody, Tosh,
Please.
I need you to send out the link to all your listeners so
Most
they
deaf.
can have it. Okay?
Most deaf. All
Yep.
right. Thank you for that. So Guys, I will keep everyone posted on that. As soon as he sends me the link, I'll post it on my Facebook, my Instagram. And you heard it from Gritty here. He's having that contest, so tap in, stay tuned in, stay live, stay tapped in. So, are there any shout outs you would like to give out tonight?
You know, there is some shout outs I would like to give. The first shout out is I want to give glory to the man upstairs, right? Um, the second shout out I want to give, if I don't do it this way, I'll get in trouble. I got to give a shout out to my wife for being there for me, like when nobody else was. And as crazy as I be acting, she still put up with my stuff. So I give a shout out to my wife. I want to give a shout out to Johnny right here. You know, for being seeing my crazy visions and like pushing me every day. You know, to get to the next level. We go 100x Johnny, 200x, like big time, big massive X man. You know what I'm saying? We'll be a massive X. You know, and shout out to all the Grit Life fans. You know, that's been rocking with me since day one, and all the new fans that are coming in like Tosh. I got a new fan with Tosh. Yay! I got a new fan. Yo. Um, and and you know, I wanted to shout out the world, man. We need more love, y'all. Y'all, what we
Almost
tripping
definitely.
on? We
Most definitely.
tripping out here. Y'all tripping. We
Yeah.
tripping. We should all be partying together. And when times get hard, it's nothing like a good old fashioned party. I
Yeah.
promise you. You know.
Yeah, and one more time before I let you go, can you let the viewers know where can they find all of your music? If they want to order your merchandise, where can they also tap in to get, to purchase that as well?
Okay, so again, I'm gonna send some links out so you can have them, right?
Okay.
But everybody, if you want to tap in with me, get in contact with me, all you have to do is go to gritlifeworld.com. Gritlifeworld.com. GRITLYFEWORLD world.com. And to find my music, you literally, if you were to just type in, there's a couple other gritties, but I'm the original one, and people just, we working on that too. I'm working on that. But simply type the song in, "Baby Baby" by Gritty,
Banger.
and then once you can just go down the plethora of stuff with just by tapping my name. Like if you're on Apple Music, that's the easiest way. Also, you could go to gritlifeclothing.com. That's GRITLYFE, the word clothing altogether.com. It'll take you to that. I have some exclusive t-shirts and hoodies on there. As a matter of fact, I got a song called Dapper DG. You
Hmm.
know, it's called Dapper DG, but guess what? That song actually has a matching hoodie. So who do you know has ever had a music song with a matching hoodie? When you listen to the song, you're supposed to wear the hoodie. It's got a very special character that I created myself, comic book character that's on the actual hoodie, and that is the theme song. His name is Dapper DG. So if you look at that and you type that in any platform, it's going to bring up a song for that hoodie, and that's the theme song to that hoodie. You know what I'm saying? So very special. I'm doing a lot of one-offs like that.
Hmm.
Eventually, I'm starting a subscription service, so be on the lookout for a subscription service to, getting free, free limited t-shirts, free limited hoodies, hats, and stuff like that. So be on the lookout for that as well.
Most definitely. Thank you so much. And it was such a pleasure having you tonight on the Talk to the Melody show. Thank you so much for joining me and for taking time out of your busy schedule. Any last words you would like to say to the viewers tonight?
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna tell you a saying that my granddaddy gave me. He said, "Son, you want to rap?" And I said, "Yeah." He was like, "Let me show you how to rap." And he gave me this saying. He said, "Pennies make dollars, and dollars make bills. Bills make cheese, and cheese make meals. Y'all have a peaceful evening.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you guys for joining me. This is Tach Melody from the Talk to the Melody show. Stay tuned and locked in for more episodes live next week. So this is season 1, episode 1, and peace, and we out.
We out. Peace.